The Indiana University East women's basketball team concludes a stretch of 4 consecutive road games tonight at Wilberforce University. The Red Wolves are 9-6. The Bulldogs are 1-14. Hello, everyone. Once again, thanks for joining us. I'm Caleb Gillock, along with Kyle Wright. Tonight, we are at the Alumni Multiplex in Wilberforce, Ohio, as the IU East Red Wolves take on the Wilberforce Bulldogs. Last time out, IU East, they won 91-81 at the University of Northwestern Ohio. That was back on December 30th. IU East beat Wilberforce 92-72 back at home in Richmond on November 11th. That was the homecoming matchup, the first ever game for the women's basketball team at home. IU East has won 3 in a row, all on the road. The Red Wolves seek their second 4-game winning streak of the program's inaugural NAIA season tonight here in Wilberforce. IU East is 5-4 in true road games this season. The Red Wolves look for their first sweep of a home-and-home season series. Tia King, she had a career-high 29 points and 9 rebounds at IU East's win at UNOH. And also Mackenzie Campbell leads IU East right now with 14.9 points per game for the Red Wolves. So taking a look at the opposing team tonight, that's the Wilberforce Bulldogs. They have lost their last 6 games. Recently, an 83-62 home loss against IU South Bend on January 3rd. The Bulldogs' lone win was a 78-64 victory against IU Kokomo. Kendra Moss leads Wilberforce with 12.2 points per game and is 9th in the nation with 10.3 rebounds per game. Wilberforce is 4th in the nation right now with 18.2 offensive rebounds per game. Chanel Davis, a 5'4 junior guard for the Bulldogs, leads them with a season-high 26 points in the first IU East Wilberforce matchup back on the 11th of November. So taking a look at the Red Wolves, IU East right now is 9th in the nation with 82.8 points per game, 6th in the nation in defensive three-point field goal percentage allowed, and 19th in the nation in free throw percentage. Kristen Miller leads the nation with a 5-12 three-point field goal percentage. Miller also is 46th in the nation with an 800 free throw percentage. Mackenzie Campbell is 8th in the nation with an 882 free throw percentage and 26th in the nation with 421 at the three-point field goal percentage. Kerrigan Niehoff is 39th right now in the nation with an 814 free throw percentage, and Bailey Dryman 44th in the nation with 3.8 assists per game. Kyle, a lot of the Red Wolves in the rankings right now. Tell us a little bit about that.
Probably the most notable one you mentioned, Kristen Miller leading the nation in three-point percentage. Not to put the jinx on her, but she could actually miss her next 20 and she'd still be on the front page of the leaderboard. Her percentage is so impressive. And the other thing that's worked out well, you mentioned several people among the national leaders in free throw percentage, and what's worked out really well, and in fact been a key to a lot of IU East victories, is those are the people that IU East wants to have the ball at the end of the game. We've got a ball handler in Kristen and a shooter in McKenzie and a post in Kerrigan, so that's someone that's most likely going to have the ball at the end. So IU East has really been able to salt away a lot of victories at the free throw line that way. So just a lot of some of these national rankings. Some are more meaningful than others, but IU East players that are in the national rankings, it's ways that have helped them win games. So just a really good start through the first. We're exactly halfway through the first inaugural season, and just a lot of numbers that are looking good for IU East.
And what do you expect to see in this matchup between Wilberforce and the Red Wolves?
When I started doing the research for this game, I was shocked that Wilberforce's record is what it was, 1-14. We played them, I'm sure you mentioned, early in the season, and won by 20, but Wilberforce was shorthanded, and I thought once they got back to full strength, which they are, they've got 10 active players tonight, they would be competitive. So they're not a typical 1-14 team. They're pretty competitive, and I think if the Red Wolves just show up thinking that, hey, it'll be another 20-point win again, that would not be the good approach to have. So hopefully they'll be ready to go this evening. I just found out I got pressed into stat keeper duty, Caleb. So I'll talk when I can, but I'm going to be frantically keeping stats as well. So we apologize to our viewers. We won't be able to run the score graphic tonight. But on the bright side, we will have stats available for both teams.
All right, well, before we get going here in Wilberforce, let's take a quick look at the Kayak Conference. Right now, a rundown of the South Division: IU Southeast, Midway, Asbury, Alice Lloyd, Cincinnati Christian, and Brescia. IU Southeast leads the South Division with a 2-0 conference record, 11-5. on the regular season. In the North Division, right now IU East leads the North Division with a 1-0 conference record, 9-6 on the season. 25th ranked Point Park is in second, followed by Rio Grande, IU Kokomo, and Carlo. So we are about ready to go here at Wilberforce University, and we'll drop out for the national anthem and starting lineups here at the Alumni Multiplex. And welcome back to IU East Women's Basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. We are in Wilberforce, Ohio, as the IU East Red Wolves that are 9-6 are set to take on the 1-14 Wilberforce Bulldogs. Here we are. It's time for tip-off here in Wilberforce, Ohio. The Red Wolves will get the ball. Mackenzie Campbell, Kerrigan Niehoff back into the backcourt right here at the start of the game. Miller with the ball out on top for IU East. And over to the left side to Campbell. Back to Miller. Right now, Wilberforce starting out in a 2-3 defense. Get the ball inside to Niehoff. No foul on the play. It'll be stolen away by the Bulldogs. The ball brought down the floor and a layup there by number 3, Karina Otto, off the mark. And a lot of people down on the floor, and it will be alternating possession. They'll stay Wilberforce basketball. So 27 on the shot clock after the missed shot and the out-of-bounds call there. The missed shot was by Karina Otto, a 5'9 senior for the Bulldogs. And inbounding the ball in the left corner. Stolen away by Campbell. A little contact there by Davis. And the ball's on the floor, picked up by Miller. 3-point shot by Daisha Boyd, rattles in and out. Will be rebounded by the Bulldogs. Down at the other end of the floor, shot goes up by number 35. That's Kendra Moss. We talked a little bit about her in the pregame show. Missed shot. 0 for 2 shooting right now for the Bulldogs. Ball over in the left corner for IU East. Daisha Boyd has the ball down low. Out to Campbell on the right wing. 3-point shot up and in. A 3-0 lead for the Red Wolves. Stolen away by Campbell down the right side of the floor. 1-on-2 matchup here. It's going to be missed by Campbell. She gets her own rebound. And it's going to be a tip down the bounds off of the Bulldogs. And the sub comes in for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Diamond Ryan, a 5'8 junior. And Miller set to inbound the ball for IU East. Trying to find an open person, counted 4. Gets it inbound to Daisha Boyd. Shot by Miller goes off the left side of the backboard. Rebounded by Wilberforce. Shot goes up by number 0.
I think it was 10.
That was 10.
Yep, she had the hidden
0.
number 1.
So Diamond Wright had the basket there for Wilberforce. Makes it a 3-2 ball game. 18-10 to play in the first half. Ball cross court. Packer with the ball. Now Campbell over to the left side. Pass inside to Boyd. Kick out top to Campbell. Shot clock at 5. Got to get a shot off here. Niehoff underneath the basket. Foul. Thought she was fouled, and they called the travel. So turnover there for the Red Wolves. Ball inbounded to number 4, Chanel Davis, 5'4 junior. Takes the ball over to the right side of the floor. And pass inside to number 35, Kendra Moss. And a foul on the play. It's going to be called against Kerrigan Niehoff. And that's her first team foul, number 1 on the Red Wolves. Bulldogs get the ball inbounds out on top with Davis. Kicks out to Diamond Wright. We'll spin there on the pivot front. Shot goes up, no good. Boyd with the ball. Here's Campbell, 3-point shot. This one up and in. 6-2 lead for the Red Wolves. And just like that, with a 4-point lead, Wilberforce is going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here during this break. Kyle, a great start for the Red Wolves.
It is. Obviously, all the points for Mackenzie Campbell. Hit a couple three-pointers up to a 6-2 lead. If I remember right, the first IU East Wilberforce game was nip and tuck. Neither team could really get much of a lead at any point in the first half. So good to see IU East jump out to a quick start here, and hopefully they can keep it going in the remaining 37 minutes.
Mackenzie Campbell is 2 of 2 from 3-point range in this matchup, so a great start by her. As she has all 6 points right now for the Red Wolves, making 2 of the 5 shots that IU East has taken. 17-13 to play here in the first half. And the Bulldogs will bring the ball up the floor. They'll get it across at 26 left on the shot clock. It'll be over on the right side with Wright. Back out top to Davis. Pass over to the left side to number 32. That's Pearson, excuse me. And a basket there by the Bulldogs. .64 lead, 16:47 to play. Packer takes it to the basket. Missed shot rebounded by Niehoff, and nothing on the shot there. It's going to be alternating possession and stay Red Wolf basketball. Miller looking to inbound the ball, finds Boyd in the right corner, out top to Packer. Inside to Niehoff, back to Boyd, shot clock at 13. Tried to pass to Niehoff, but stolen away by the Bulldogs. Shot goes up by 35. Kendra Moss. And just like that, we're tied at 6, 16-19 to play. Campbell has the ball, takes it to the left. Finds Niehoff just inside the top of the key. Miller with the reverse layup, an 8-6 lead.
First two for Kristen. First person besides McKenzie to put some points on the board for the Red Wolves.
Stolen away by Miller. She takes it down the floor on the break and lays this one up left-handed and in. Makes it 10-6. Miller with 4 now. And Campbell with 6. The ball out on top over to the right side, almost stolen away by Miller. Back out top with Johnson. And stolen away there by Packer. She finds Miller down the floor. He's going to put this one up right-handed and one for Kristen Miller, make it 12-6. And the foul's going to go against number 10, Diamond Wright. That's her first, team's first on the Bulldogs. And they'll bring in a couple subs. They're going to bring in Cortland Mullins and Deshanae Corley. And Miller will go to the line to shoot one for the Red Wolves. First free throw up off the rim, rebounded by Corley. Trying to get something going here for the Bulldogs. 15-12 to play. Ryan Thomas open over on the right side. No one there to receive the pass in the lane. It'll be Red Wolf basketball out of bounds. Bailey Dryman will go down to Miller. He brings the ball now across the half-court line. Finds Niehoff wide open underneath the basket. 14-6.
I guess the Red Wolves are just going to trade scoring 6 points at a time. Mackenzie Campbell with the first 6, then Kristen Miller with the next 6, and now I guess Kerrigan's going to score the next 4 at the rate they're going.
Shot there missed by Jasmine Johnson, number 22. Niehoff inside the lane. Finds Bailey Dryman. Dryman brings the ball back out, finds Campbell, takes it down the lane, lays it in, 16-6.
Bailey's our representative on the top 50 nationwide on the assist leaders and showed why on that pass.
Three-point shot missed by Cortland Mullins. And rebounded by IU East. Slow things down as they bring it across half court. With a 10-point lead with 14 minutes to play. Shot there missed by Packer. Rebounded by Niehoff. Three-point shot by Campbell off the mark. And there's Packer once again with the rebound. Niehoff takes it down the right side of the lane, misses the lay-in. Three-point shot there by Wright is going to be good. Make it 16-9 with 13:30 to play. Bailey Dryman finds an open, partially open lane. Dishes off to Niehoff over to the right side. And they find Miller back out top. Gonna take it, lay it up. It'll be rebounded. A foul on the Red Wolves. And a Foul's going to go against Bailey Dryman. That's her first, team second on IU East. And coming back in for the Bulldogs is Chanel Davis. Bulldogs cross the half-court line with trailing by 7. Shot inside the lane. There's going to be traveling called as she didn't go up with it. It's actually going to be called a jump ball. So it'll be Wilberforce basketball off the alternating possession. Wright inbounds the ball to Davis. Ball back out top with Wright. Shot clock down to 5. And 3-point shot there by Wright off the mark. Here's Packer with the ball. She's going to be fouled. It'll be the second team foul on the Bulldogs. This one's going to go against number 10, Diamond Wright, and that's her second. So she has the 2 fouls right now for the Bulldogs. Wilberforce will bring in a couple of subs. And 12:38 to play here in the first half. Packer with the ball. Lost control to be out of bounds, and Bulldog basketball. So IU East with a 7-point lead, 16-9 with 12.5 to play in the first half. Right now, Fair with the ball and finds Corley underneath. Makes it 16-11. Campbell with the ball, fakes the 3-point shot. Passes inside to Niehoff. Niehoff trying to get position here to score. Puts this one up and it's going to be rebounded by Corley. Short jumper there by number 20, Juanita Fair. Now it's a 3-point basketball game, 16-13 with 11:51 to play. 3-point shot from way outside against Campbell. And the foul's going to go against number 20, Juanita Fair. That's her first, team's third on the Bulldogs. Not going to call the shooting foul. It's just going to be out of bounds over on the left side of the floor. The ball inbounded to Campbell. And almost a backcourt violation there on IU East, but they save the ball. There's going to be a foul against the Bulldogs. This one's going to be against, looks like, number 3, Karina Otto. And that's her first, team's fourth on Wilberforce. So 4-2 on the foul situation with 11:40 to play. Dryman inbounds the ball to Niehoff. Out there and rebounded by the Bulldogs. Niehoff 1 of 4 from field goal range in the ball game. Ball over on the left side. Over to the right side to Thomas. Puts up a short jumper. No good. And out of bounds off the Bulldogs.
Poor Kerrigan's hit the deck about 3 times, I think, and hasn't really got a call either time. 2 jump balls, and that time at least IU gets the ball, but a lot of contact for and no opposing fouls to show for it.
Going to call traveling there on Brooke Packer. So it's going to be Wilberforce basketball. 11:07 to play. Davis brings the ball up the floor for Wilberforce. And over on the right side to Otto. 3-point shot by Otto up and in, and that ties it at 16. Driving fakes right, goes left, loses her dribble. Ball stays inbounds. Packer has it out on top. Over to the left side now. Miller puts up the 3. This one's in, 19-16.
Did we mention she was leading the nation in that particular statistic?
Bulldogs have the ball over on the left wing with Fair. Now down in the left corner. There goes left short jumper, fade away, not there. Campbell has the ball. Driving now, up the lane, lays it in.
First points for Bailey.
21-16 with 9:55 to go in the first half. Mackenzie Bowles comes down in front of the scores table to check in for IU East. And there's a lay-in by Kendra Moss.
Moss has 6 for Wilberforce.
Niehoff has the ball inside the lane. Now with Packer, lays it up and in, 23-18.
First points for Brooke, so Red Wolves spreading the wealth now.
That's going to be out of bounds to stay Bulldog basketball. Mackenzie Bowles now in for IUE. She's a 5'10 freshman out of LaPel, Indiana. 9:24 to go, shot clock stopped at 26. And inbounded to Davis. Over to the right side, now back over to the left. And they're going to find Moss underneath. This is 2 there, and rebounded by the Red Wolves. Bowles with the ball now, Miller. Inside to Niehoff, trying to find Mackenzie Bowles once again, but she's going to go put this one up. It'll be blocked. And here is Dryman. She'll go to the line, shoot 2. This foul is on, looks like number 35, and that's Kendra Moss. Her first, team's 5th on Wilberforce. And Dryman goes to the line to shoot 2. IU East 0 of 1 in the ball game at the free throw line. Now 0 for 2. Cortland Mullins checks back in for the Bulldogs. And 1 shot left for Bailey Dryman, the 5'4 freshman from Ravine High School in Vincennes. Second free throw up and in for Bailey. Lay in there by number 35, Kendra Moss.
8 now for Moss.
24-20 with 8:30 to play. Campbell has the ball, trying to pass down low to Niehoff. It's going to be out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, so it's going to be Red Wolf basketball. As Tivia Hilton checks in for the first time for the Bulldogs. 8:20 left on the scoreboard to play here in the first half. Miller looking to inbound the ball. Finds Campbell. Wide open Niehoff underneath the lane, trying to pass the back door to Miller, and that's going to be an offensive foul on the Bulldogs. This one's going to go against number 22, Jasmine Johnson. And that's her first, team 6th on Wilberforce.
It's like Kristen hit her head. Hope she's all right. Looks like Coach Shellhorse will give her a break, precautionary measure.
And coming in for the Bulldogs as Diamond Wright. Daisha Boyd back in for the Red Wolves. And trying to get the ball inbounded here. They find Kerrigan Niehoff. And there's going to be a foul down underneath the basket. And this one goes against Chanel Davis, her first. Team 7th. And they're going to put Daisha Boyd at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Boyd, a 5'7 freshman from Anderson High School.
Just 2 team fouls against IUE, so this is a big chance for the Red Wolves to extend their lead. They will presumably be shooting a lot of free throws in the next few minutes, hopefully making a few of them, but it's going to be a while before Wilberforce is in the bonus, so a chance to extend that lead for the Red Wolves at the line.
Lay in there by Jasmine Johnson.
First points for Johnson.
24-22 with 7:45 to play. Niehoff with the ball, trying to get down underneath the basket. Finds Boyd. Boyd puts one up. No good. And the Bulldogs come out with the ball. Ball out on top with Diamond Wright. Over to the right side. 3-point shot by Davis, off the mark. Dryman keeps control of the ball and finds Mackenzie Bowles down in the right corner, puts a shot up off the glass, banks it, 26-22. Ball out on the left wing, out on top now. Davis with the ball. 4 subs come over to check in for the Bulldogs. Down underneath the basket, shot missed by Cortland Mullins. And here's Bailey Dryman coming out with the ball. Aisha Boyd has it. Passes Mackenzie Bowles back to Dryman. Down in the right corner. Kerrigan Niehoff with the ball. Spins around and puts this one up off the mark as well. And made basket there by the Red Wolves.
And a nifty job. Bailey Dryman got the rebound. I'm still not quite sure how. Then quick pass on the block to Mackenzie, where Mackenzie did what she does best. She's got 10 points, first player in this game in double figures.
Shot missed there by the Bulldogs, and they'll get their own offensive rebound. We talked about how they are high on the stat charts at getting offensive rebounds.
IU East is out rebounding them at the moment, but I think Wilberforce has gotten offensive rebounds on the last couple possessions, so the Red Rules, I'm sure, will want to clean that up. Oh, this will be fun.
Almost an entire group substitution. 4 players in for both sides.
I'll buy you a Coke if you can get them all.
I did not catch them.
I think both sides are actually not sure who should be in and who should be out.
So Campbell inbounded the ball to Miller. So right now in for the Red Wolves is Miller, Campbell, Boyd, Packer, and Seiler. And traveling called on the Red Wolves. 5:34 to play. A 6-point lead, 28-22. And ball out on top right now. Over to the left wing with Thomas. Now over to the right side with Otto. Inside to Moss. And the 3-point shot up by Otto is going to be off the mark. And it's going to be a timeout taken by Wilberforce. And Wilberforce is going to take a full timeout, so we'll take a quick timeout as well. 5:12 to play in the first half. The Red Wolves lead by 6, 28-22. You're watching IU East Women's Basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right here in Richmond.
We're back at Wilberforce. IU East leads 28-22 with 5:12 to go in this first half. A quick look at some of the key stats. Top scorer for IU East, Mackenzie Kimball's got 10. Kristen Miller with 9. Several others with 2 and 3 points. Top scorer for Wilberforce is Kendra Moss with 8. Other numbers of note, IU East out-rebounding Wilberforce by 2 after being out-rebounded badly in the first matchup between these two teams. Both teams shooting about 40%, which is why the score's about even. And we'll see what happens in this next 5:12, Caleb.
All right, Red Wolves have the ball inbounded, and bringing up the ball for IU East is Kristen Miller, the 5'5" freshman from Ottawa Glendorf High School in Ohio. Brooke Packer with the ball. Over on the left side. Boyd with an out top now. Back over the left side with Miller. Shot clock down to 5. And Miller puts up a layup, missed underneath the basket. So under 5 minutes to play here at Wilberforce University. The Red Wolves have a 28-22 lead. Chanel Davis has the ball. Now up top to Kendra Moss. 3-point shot here by Otto. Rolls off the back of the rim, rebounded by Campbell. Goes down the floor, but no one home. And it's going to be out of bounds. Wilberforce basketball. So 4:13 to play. And the ball over on the right side of the floor with Chanel Davis. Now out on top with Moss. Over to the left side, pass inside to Corley. She's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot 2. Only the 3rd team foul on IU East. And Kyle, who was that foul?
It was on Kinsey Seiler. I know McKenzie. Wow, that's a lot of Kinseys and McKenzies. Mackenzie Campbell was coming in to help, but they nailed Kinsey Seiler with the personal.
All right, so Corley, the 6'2 junior, at the line to shoot 2. First free throw off the mark. First free throw shooter in the ball game for the Bulldogs. Second free throw, no good. Down in the right corner with Boyd. Puts up the 3. This one in, 31-22.
Nice swing for the Red Wolves there. Could have been down to 4 if Wilberforce had hit those free throws. Instead, it's up to 9. Now let's see if IU East can push it up to double digits before halftime.
Ball over on the right side with Davis trapped by, looked like Miller over there, the defender. Now over the left side, no one there, and it'll be IU East basketball out of bounds. Jasmine Johnson back in for the Bulldogs. And it's actually going to be Wilberforce basketball out of bounds.
I think Daisha Boyd got a hand on it on the deflection.
Shot clock at 10. And shot there by Chanel Davis, no good. They got their own offensive rebound, so the shot clock has reset. And it's going to be out of bounds. So 3:05 to play here at Wilberforce University. The Red Wolves up by 9, 31-22. Miller bringing the ball up the floor, crosses half-court line. Campbell ran down the floor beside her on the right side. And they're going to call an offensive foul there on Seiler. Say she had a little bit of an elbow involved in that play.
More for the way it looked than what actually happened. I mean, she definitely swung the elbow. I'm not disputing that. I didn't think she made any contact whatsoever, but it was one of those where I think they saw what they saw as opposed to what happened.
There's going to be a foul called there on the Red Wolves. This one's going to go against Brooke Packer. Her first, team's 5th on IU East. That's going to put Kendra Moss at the line to shoot 2. The Bulldogs 0 for 2 from free throw range in tonight's ball game. She has a chance to knock down the first one for Wilberforce. This one rattles in and out. Her first time at the line, 0 for 1.
If memory serves, they struggled a bit from the free throw line when they're in Richmond as well. It almost didn't matter because they got a lot of the offensive rebounds off the missed free throws and got additional chances at it. But IU East has cleaned up the rebounding efforts in this game, so 0 for 4 and not getting any more chances after that.
Pass inside to Campbell, a little bit of contact there, but she's still able to lay it in, 33-22.
In football terms, she broke 3 tackles on her way to that basket.
Packer bringing the ball down the floor this time for IU East. Puts this one up. It's going to be off the mark and rebounded by the Bulldogs. It's going to be IU East basketball out of bounds with 2:06 left. Find Boyd. She puts up the 3 from the left corner. This one off the rim. And rebounded by Moss. Campbell with the ball now, brings it up the floor. 1:49 to play. A little bit of a stutter there, pulls back at the free throw line, puts it up. And now 35-22.
It's 14 for McKenzie, still the only player in the game in double figures. Going with 4 rebounds as well, possibly on her way to a double-double.
Ball down in the left corner. Shot up by number 35, Kendra Moss, off the mark. Packer with the ball. One of the Bulldog players down on the floor inside the half-court circle. Shot by Packer is good. And it's 37-22 with 1:10 to play. Thomas calling the play out top with the ball. Davis set up in the corner, open. Stolen away here by Packer. And the one for Packer. The foul goes on Kendra Moss, her second, team's 8th. And that's going to put Packer at the line to shoot one. Packer right now has 6 points in the game. Chance to make it 7 here. Knock down a free throw for IU East. First free throw up and in. 40-22. 45 seconds to play. Shot clock at 26. Davis with the ball. And Campbell with the steal. Takes it to the basket. She's going to go line, shoot 2 with a hard hit there on the foul.
I missed that foul, Caleb.
I did too.
I know it ended with a 2. I'm not sure who was in there. I'll have to check that at the half.
It'll either be Brittany Thomas or Jasmine Johnson. Either way, Campbell at the line to shoot 2 with 30.6. Campbell knocks down her first free throw of the game, 41-22. Chance to make it a 20-point ball game going into the locker room. 42-22 after the made free throw there by Campbell. Game clock down to 25. Right now about less than a second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. It'll stay Wilberforce basketball. And the shot clock at 16, game clock at 16.1, so now we know the exact differential. Corley scores down low, makes it 42-24. Boyd gets the ball inbound to Campbell. 2 seconds, puts up a half-court shot, and this one short. So it's 42-24 at the half. The Red Wolves lead. Kyle, tell us a little bit about the first half.
That last 3 minutes, pretty crucial. I think it was about the 3-minute mark when we were just saying that it was a 9-point lead, I believe, at that point. We were just saying, well, hopefully we can get it to double digits by then. And not only do they do it, but they blow it out to an 18-point lead at the half. So nice job by the Red Wolves in that last, well, for the half as a whole, but especially in those last 3 minutes. Amazing number of games are won and lost during that time, and the Red Wolves might very well have, even though there's 20 minutes to go, they might very well have won this game with that little spurt there at the end.
What are some of the keys to victory going to be for the Red Wolves here in the second half?
Well, we've got a little checklist. Let's see. Coming into this game, they were 6-1 whenever they out-rebounded their opponent, and the one loss was they only lost by 4 against number 9 Bethel. So, no such thing as moral victories, but they had to play pretty dang well to accomplish that. So we check in the rebounding right now. IU East with 21 rebounds to 18 for Wilberforce. So a nice job by the Red Wolves there. IU East is 5-0 if it makes 20 or more free throws. A lot of those are coming at the end. Right now the Red Wolves are 4 for 7, so not on pace to get there. But if they're still up at the end of the game, they may get quite a few free throws at the end to embellish that total a bit or add to that total a bit. So that one's not out of reach. Red Wolves 5-1 if they shoot 40% or better from three, and they're right on it. 4 for 10, 40%. Again, the one time that they lost when shooting that well was a 4-point loss at Bethel. Again, a top 10 team in NAI Division I. So that was a good performance there. And finally, the Red Wolves are 3-0 when they have more assists than turnovers. Right now it's even, 8 assists, 8 turnovers. So all the check marks that have led to victories for IU East in past games still on pace for that to be the case here.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of the things going on around campus this week at IU East here during our halftime break. On the 13th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Graf Center, there's going to be a live performance by Jared Mahone, also a Waffle Fry Bar student organization fair with personalized jewelry and collar-changing cups giveaway. That's the 13th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Graf Center. Then on the 14th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Graf Center, there's going to be walking tacos and the student organization fair with the Big Red Couch photos and airbrush koozies. So, Kyle, you might know a little more about some of that stuff that's going on at campus this week.
I just know it's a madhouse whenever we have these types of events. It's a great way to start off the second semester for not only the returning students, but maybe those who are coming to IU East for the first time for the spring semester. Do they say anything about T-shirts? That's usually what gets the biggest line.
Didn't see anything.
No T-shirts. Well, we'll see how that affects the attendance. If there's a T-shirt, then we can pretty much guarantee ourselves a crowd. No T-shirts. We'll see what effect some of these other freebies have. But always a great event. Always a great job done by IU East Office of Campus Life, and any IU East students that may be tuning in. Really invite you to come out on Tuesday the 13th and Wednesday the 14th. Go to class first. Don't miss class to come to this event. There's plenty left. We'll make sure you get one. But when you do have some moments between class, please come and join us at the Happy New Year 2015 event.
All right. Well, do you want to go ahead and do stats now or take a quick break and come back and do stats here in a little bit?
We can do stats. I'm ready if you are.
All right.
Okay, well, again, the score 42-24, IU East up by 18. Looking at points for the Red Wolves, Mackenzie Campbell leading the way with 16 points. With 9 points, we have Kristen Miller. Also chipping in 2 points for Kerrigan Niehoff, 7 for Brooke Packer, 3 for Daisha Boyd on a three-pointer, 3 for Bailey Dryman, and 2 for Mackenzie Bowles. The Red Wolves are shooting 17 out of 36 from the field. That's 47%, a nice, respectable percentage. We mentioned 4 out of 10 from three-point range, 4 out of 7 from the free throw line. On paper, that's 57%. That's one shot from being 71%. So not too bad on the shooting numbers. 21 rebounds. Brooke Packer leading the way with 6. Mackenzie Campbell has 4, and Kerrigan Niehoff has 5. Assists, Brooke Packer has 3. 2 dimes apiece for Kristen Miller and Bailey Dryman. Kerrigan did block a shot. A whole bunch of steals by the Red Wolves. 2 steals by Brooke Packer, 3 by Mackenzie Campbell, helping that total of 8 steals for the Red Wolves, all adding up to 42 points. For Wilberforce, leading them in scoring with 8 points is Kendra Moss. Also scoring in no particular order, Karina Otto with 3, Jasmine Johnson with 2, Diamond Wright with 5, Juanita Fair with 2, and Deshanae Corley with 4. On the rebounding, they've got 18. IU East is out rebounding them by 3. Some notable totals: 5 for number 54, Deshanae Corley. Also 3 rebounds apiece for Jasmine Johnson and Kendra Moss. Assist total, the notable number is 4 for Chanel Davis. Several Bulldogs blocked a shot and a couple of Bulldogs with a steal. Looking at some of what they call enhanced scoring, IU East with a 6-2 advantage in fast break points. They have a 15-7 advantage in points off of turnovers, 24-12 edge in points in the paint, and really that maybe should be more. IU East has had a lot of they're contested looks, but if they can start hitting some of those contested looks inside, that number in the paint's really gonna blow up. 3 second chance points for the Red Wolves, none for the Bulldogs. 5 points off the bench for IU East, 11 for Wilberforce, which has subbed considerably more liberally for IU East. Last score for IU East was with 54 seconds left in the half. Wilberforce hit one at the buzzer. The largest lead, IU East had it up to 20 at one point. Wilberforce has not led. I didn't realize that. I thought they creeped ahead a couple times in the very early going. And, of course, they've got quite a mountain to surpass if they want to lead at any point in the second half now in this game.
All right, well, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back here in about 7 minutes with the second half of the IU East women's basketball and Wilberforce Bulldogs matchup here in Wilberforce, Ohio. Halftime score 42-24. We'll be right back with more IU East women's basketball
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
Dylan Newman had a terrible dislocated shoulder after a bad dirt bike accident. The long-term solution, surgery and intense rehab.
I trusted Reed Orthopedics because they had already fixed my ankle. And within 4 months of my surgery, Dr. Miller and my Reed therapist, April, helped me to regain my motion and most of my strength. Thanks to Reed Ortho, I can get back to what I love. It's all about trust. Right, Dr. Miller?
Right here at Reed.
Right here.
And welcome back to IU East women's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. At halftime, the IU East Red Wolves lead 42-24. We'd like to remind you about the next game coming up. It's supposed to tip off around 8 p.m. That's the men's teams of IU East, ranked 37th right now with a record of 12-5, and Wilberforce a record of 4-12. That game will start around 8 p.m. The men's team off to a great start this season, and the women's team off to a great start in this ball game, Kyle.
They are. Again, that last spurt at the end probably going to be the decisive spurt in the game unless Wilberforce comes up with something big in the second half. Looking ahead, Red Wolves have a big conference game at home against Rio Grande on Saturday the 10th. That's at 11 a.m. if you're interested in coming out. So if you're IU East at this point, you don't want to hold on for dear life in this half. You want to have another sharp half so you go into that big conference game with some positive momentum against the Red Storm of Rio Grande.
All right, so that's 11-1 on Saturday. Looking ahead to that ball game, about a minute and 3 seconds to go till we get things started here in the second half of this women's basketball game. The IU East women's basketball team was up by 20, then a last minute basket there by Wilberforce made it an 18-point ball game going into the locker room, 42-24 at the half. So the teams in their huddles about to take the floor to get things going here in the second half. And thanks for joining in once again. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Kyle Wright. And hopefully you're staying warm tonight as it is a cold one out. A lot of the schools already closing for tomorrow.
Our trainer, Jesse Tittle, may be the most popular man in the parking lot when we get back. He was showing us the, again, I'm a motor moron, but essentially a jump start kit that he brought, and hopefully not too many folks need it, but I have a hunch that's going to come in handy when we get back to Richmond tonight.
The IU East basketball to start the second half. Starting the second half for the Red Wolves, Niehoff, Boyd, Campbell, Miller, and who did I miss? Packer.
I believe same starters for both teams.
And looks like
the score has left us. Somehow they have a time on the clock, but the score itself has disappeared.
Even the time on the clock is 21 minutes off.
Right, so. I wonder if that's I just saw it tick forward, so it is a clock. So I don't know if it shows up on your camera. The gentleman in stripes, they're plugging some plugs, trying to get that back so we can get the second half underway.
So, Cal, you might know better than I do. If you don't have a scoreboard, what do you do?
Problem solved. It's
right.
Back. I think it's a technical foul, actually. There was a game a couple of years back. We were at home. We couldn't get our shot clock to work. So we were assessed a technical foul. The other team, Grace College, actually refused to shoot the technicals, a nice sporting gesture on their part since it's not our gym, so they knew it wasn't completely under our control. So they refused to shoot the free throw. They still beat us anyway. But I believe if any part of the clock is not functioning, they assess a technical against you, and then they just make do with whatever they have at that point.
Miller with the ball, hands off to Packer to get the second half started. And Packer down underneath. Misses the shot, almost gets her own rebound, somehow kicks it out to Boyd. And trying to find Boyd inside the lane, it'll be out of bounds, Bulldog basketball. 21 seconds off the game clock. Now down to 19:35. Over in the left corner, out on top now with number 22. That's Jasmine Johnson. Over to the right side. One-handed shot off the mark by Johnson. Here's Brooke Packer. Puts it up right-handed, rolls off the rim, will be out of bounds. And it's going to be Wilberforce basketball.
Good to see the IU East men's team has arrived. You might see them on the camera at the bottom of your screen. It was in doubt for a bit, a little trouble with the buses in the cold weather today. I'm actually not sure if they came in the buses or in vans, but Coach Hester's last words before we left were, hope we see you at the game. So good to see that they made it. So there will indeed be a men's game later this afternoon.
Made basket there by Wilberforce. They get the ball inbounds. Tia King with the steal and misses that one. There's going to be another foul called on Campbell. Their second, team second on the Red Wolves. And there's going to be another official time. Right now it seems to be if there's some sort of issue with the shot clock.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around. It says only 4 seconds have gone off. I think it's been a few more than that.
And that's what it is. There's going to be 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Which benefits Wilberforce. That means IU East was 3 seconds from a 10-second call, but everything gets reset. Probably, hopefully not going to matter in the great scheme of things, but Wilberforce perhaps catches a break there.
Easy basket there by Kendra Moss.
Moss has 10, and the pass there, the most productive assist person is Davis. She had that one. She's got 6 for the game, and that foul was also on her.
The foul was kind of mentioned on Chanel Davis. It's her second, team second on the Bulldogs. And Wright and Corley come back in for Wilberforce. 47-32 with 16:08 to play in the second half. Miller inbounding the ball for the Red Wolves, finds Niehoff. Bring it out a little bit, give it back to Miller. Miller puts out the three. And there's going to be traveling called, and it'll stay Red Wolf basketball. .57 to play. King inbounding the ball for the Red Wolves. Count it 2. Gets the ball inbounded to Campbell. Campbell puts up a shot. No good. Campbell dishes off to King in the corner. Puts up the 3 from the left side. Off the rim short. Campbell gets the rebound. Misses her shot. And here's Niehoff.
Nice work on the boards by the Red Wolves. The last IU East Wilberforce game, those roles would have been reversed. That would have been Wilberforce getting 3 or 4 shots at it. So IU East has actually dominated rebounding in recent games. And good to see. You're looking for signs of improvement. If you can take a game or an opponent where you got dominated on the boards before and then come back in their gym no less and do the same to them, that means that, hey, maybe you've gotten better at rebounding.
Shot clock down to 7. The shot there by number 10, Diamond Wright. Short. Red Wolves got the rebound. Here's Packer up the middle. No foul. Stripped away by Thomas. A spin move there at half court by Brittany Thomas, a 5'11 senior for the Bulldogs. A 3-point shot by Otto. Off the mark. And it's going to be Red Wolf basketball. And subs coming in for both Wilberforce and IU East. Looks like Dryman and Bowles back in for the Red Wolves. We have a 49-32 lead. Only 1 point less than what they went in the locker room with. Bowles with the ball, fakes left, goes right. Inside the lane now. Gets it back out to Dryman. Passes over the left side. And here's a 3-point shot by Bowles. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Erica Niehoff. Her shot no good. 49-32 with just over 14 minutes to play now, right at 14. Davis with the ball. And gets inside the lane and scores.
Nice move by Davis. Kristen Miller with the grab of the jersey and called just like it was at the end of the Detroit-Dallas football game, but in this case to the benefit of IU East.
Bulls with the ball out on top over to the right side with Niehoff. Takes it to the basket, puts a shot up. No good, rebounded by Mullins. (49-34). 13:21 to play. Here's Corley at 49-36. Niehoff underneath the basket, kicks out the Bulls on the left side. She puts up a shot. This one bounces off the rim. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. And the basket's going to be good for Cortland Mullins. Wait to see who the foul's on. Looks like it's going to go on number 15, Mackenzie Bowles. It's her first, team's third on the Red Wolves, and Daisha Boyd back in for the Red Wolves, takes out Kerrigan Niehoff.
Not an ideal job stopping the ball by IU East. Went by two other folks before the foul was actually committed by the third person who had a shot at her. Again, not knowing exactly how the scheme's set up, so I'm not going to assign individual responsibility, but I'm pretty sure she's not supposed to be allowed to go by three of them. So IU East, if they're going to go with the press, needs to make sure that the ball gets stopped.
Foul's going to be called on number 20, Juanita Fair. It's her second, team's third on Wilberforce. Driving and inbounding the ball for IU East, trying to get it to King. It'll be tipped out of bounds off of the Red Wolves. Wilberforce basketball. Inbound to Mullins. She'll bring it up the floor, give it to Corley. He lays this in. Now it's under a 10-point game. And a foul against Wilberforce. It's going to put the Red Wolves at the line, and it's on Fair. It's her third, team's fourth on the Bulldogs. That's going to put King at the line to shoot two. She is one of two at the free throw line in the game. And the game now only an 8-point basketball game after leading by 18 at the half. First free throw by King, up and in. Now 2 of 3 at the line. Here's the second free throw. This one up and in as well. Now 3 of 4 at the line. Back to a 10-point basketball game. Davis fighting to hang on to her dribble, and they're going to be calling her for a double dribble. We turn over IU East basketball. Ball inbounds with Miller. Go to the left side, and this is going to be Wilberforce basketball.
Good call. Saw it change the direction a couple times. Wright got her hand in there off of Tia's hands. Nothing Tia could really do about it. It happened so quick, but nice defensive work by Wright for the Bulldogs.
Another shot made there by the Bulldogs. Back to an 8-point basketball game, 51-43.
Corley's up to 10 points, and I think about 8 of them are in the last 5 minutes.
And there's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs, who will put Dryman at the line. Did they call that one on fair, Kyle?
I think it was right. I think it was the flesh was the same color as the bleachers, but I think it was a 1 and a 0 as opposed to a 2 and a 0. Plus, it had me going because Bailey's the one going to the line. I thought maybe they had the number of the person shooting confused with the person who fouled, but I'm pretty sure it was against Wright.
All right, first free throw there by Dryman is good. She's 2 of 3 at the line. 52-43 with 11:55 to play. And here's the second one now, 54-43. Excuse me, 53-43. Stolen away there by King. Short jumper, up and in. 55-43. Shot clock at 25. Bulldogs trying to get the ball across. 22-21. It's going to be out at 20. And they're going to reset it, and it'll be IU East basketball. Miller with the ball on top of the key, takes it to the right side, hands off to King, gives it to Boyd. Boyd puts up a three off the back of the rim, rebounded by Mullins. And looks like Juanita Fair down on the floor.
And Daisha Boyd a little winded as well. I had my head down. Caleb, did they knock heads, or
I'm not sure.
It'd just be odd if they managed to get hurt in separate collisions. Well, those of you on YouTube, that's the advantage you have. You can actually rewind it back live and see what we are not able to see. But hopefully everyone will be okay on both sides. Looks like Daisha's going to be all right for the Red Wolves.
Juanita Fair still down. To the 5'7" sophomore forward for the Bulldogs.
So pulled up the stats. Shooting percentage in the second half. Wilberforce is shooting 53%. IU East is 21%. So with that in mind, probably fortunate that 18-point halftime lead is still at 12. Could potentially be a little lower. So I got to figure the Red Wolves will surely not go through the full half with just a 21% percentage, but if you're looking for reasons why the Bulldogs have been able to cut into the Red Wolf lead a little bit, that number is as good an indicator as any.
All right, and Juanita Fair holding her right shoulder right now. We'll stay Bulldog basketball. Made basket there by the Bulldogs, makes it 55-45.
That's 5 points for Mullins. The two presumably centers for Wilberforce, Mullins and Corley, just very, very effective here in the second half.
Offensive foul called there on Bailey Dryman, her second, team's fourth on IU East. And Mackenzie Campbell comes in, takes out Mackenzie Bowles. Ball inbounded. And there's going to be a foul called on Tia King. Push foul. Tia's first, team's fifth on the Red Wolves.
Now Wilberforce going essentially three centers in the game, 35-1 and 54. Moss just checked in. That's three people that have proven effective playing in the post in this game. We'll have to see how Wilberforce plans to deploy him. Only so much room down there. I'm curious how they're going to do this with the three post players.
10:41 to play. Shot clock at 25. Tipped away there by Wright. That's going to be IU East basketball. Right now, the Red Wolves still in control with a 10-point lead. They beat Wilberforce by 20 earlier in the season. And it's going to be out of bounds on the Bulldogs. It's a tough call to make right there when they're right there in front of you.
Just a bang play. I think the right team's getting the ball. Davis almost had a steal but just ran out of real estate. Wilberforce has really picked up the aggression on defense. That if that aggression can be handled, that'll create some opportunities or some fouls for that matter. But IU East needs to either sink or swim here, or handle the aggression a little better, which should result in some easier shots. Otherwise, the turnovers and transition opportunities for Wilberforce are going to continue.
Foul is on Mullins, her first, team sixth. Over to the right side with Miller. Finds Campbell, takes it to the basket, lays it in, 57-45.
Nice little move. Mackenzie creating daylight when at first I thought there was no daylight to be had.
Over to the left side with Mullins. Finds Corley, shot missed. Put back up by Moss. And three-point shot banked by Wright.
That's two they've banked in this game, I believe.
It's 57-48. Red Wolves have a 9-point lead with 9:45 to play in the second half. Miller with the ball inside. It's going to be tipped out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. Kerrigan Niehoff checks back in for the Red Wolves. She's a 5'11 freshman from Rushville Consolidated High School. Had her on Inside IUE Sports several times throughout this television season. And there's going to be a full timeout taken by the Bulldogs, who will take one as well. 57-48, Red Wolves have the lead with 9:40 to play. We're watching IU East women's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. Hello, I'm Caleb Gillock, the host of Inside IUE Sports, a show where we talk with coaches, players, and other guests about what's happening with IUE's athletics.
In the top 100 high school seniors.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do a variety of things on the track and then off to be able to be considered.
Make sure to join us on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. on WETV Channel 20.
Back at Wilberforce, IU East leading this one 57-48. Quick look at some of the stats. Mackenzie Campbell continuing to lead in the scoring for IU East with 18 points. Leading the way for the Bulldogs, they have a couple players with 10 points now. 10 points for Kendra Moss, one of their players inside, and 10 points also for Deshanae Corley, another one of their, right now, tri-towers they've got going inside. So that sets the scene for the last 9:40. Red Wolves by 9.
All right, and the Bulldogs a little slow getting out of the timeout, so it's IU East basketball. Niehoff with the missed shot underneath. And it's going to be Bulldog basketball at the other end of the floor. Tipped away there by Niehoff. Wright will inbound the ball. There's going to be a foul called immediately after the inbounds play. It's going to go against the Red Wolves.
It's her second foul on Kerrigan Niehoff.
Team sixth on the Red Wolves. First free throw there by Mullins. Up and in. She's 2 for 2 at the line. Second one in as well, making that 3 of 3. King has the ball. Shot clock at 25. She gets the ball across, down to the left corner. Tried to find Niehoff. And it's going to be stolen away there by Wilberforce. Pass intended for Davis, and it's going to be out of bounds IU East basketball. 16 fouls apiece for both Wilberforce and IU East. 6-point lead for the Red Wolves. Campbell has the ball. Over to the right side now with King. She puts up a 3-point shot. Couple feet from behind the arc, and it's going to be rebounded by the Bulldogs. Pass caught there by Moss. It's going to be out of bounds. .8:39 to play as the Red Wolves still hold on to a 6-point lead. 3-point shot there by Wright. There's going to be an offensive foul called on Tia King. Her second, team 7th on the Red Wolves. Brooke Packer back in for IU East. And ball inbounded to Chanel Davis. Davis with the ball over on the left side, now out top with Wright. Takes it to the right side and trying to pass it to, looked like Mullins, but it was stolen away by Campbell. Spin move, puts this one up off the back of the rim, rebounded by Niehoff. She's fouled and will go to the line for 2. This foul is on Diamond Wright.
Yep.
And I have that as her 4th.
I concur.
Team 7th on the Bulldogs, and first free throw for Niehoff up and in. 4 subs check in for Wilberforce. Looks like Thomas, Otto, Hilton, and I believe Johnson. That's what it looked like.
So they basically go from triple post to no post. They had a whole bunch of potential centers in. Now they were back to basically all guards.
And that size really seemed to help them while they had all
I thought so. IU East was adjusting a little bit. They were starting to force some turnovers before Wilberforce was getting it in there, but I thought they'd at least leave one of them in there. It seemed like they need at least one of those taller players to get good looks.
Campbell lays it in on the right side. And now it's 61-51, back up to a 10-point game. Otto with the ball now over to the left side with Johnson. And this one's going to be called on Campbell. That's Campbell's 3rd, team's 8th on IU East. And I cannot promise that that's right, Kyle.
Okay, I'm off by 1, but no one seems to be arguing the point, so I'm going to assume I missed one somewhere. Actually, I think I found my mistake, so we'll if you're following the live stats, we'll get that corrected shortly.
Free throw made there by Thomas. And Kristen Miller back into the ball game for the Red Wolves. 61-52 with 7:08 to play. Once again, don't forget about the men's game coming up at 8 o'clock. Free throw there by Thomas is good. She's 2 of 2 at the line. Back to an 8-point basketball game. Almost a backcourt violation there on Packer. Find Niehoff. Campbell not in the game anymore. That was Dryman with the ball. Shot clock down to 6. Miller with the ball, puts a shot up, and she'll go to the line, shoot 2. It'll be the 8th team foul, and the foul is on number 11, Tivia Hilton. It's her first. So Miller at the line to shoot 2. She's 0 of 1 at the stripe in the game. And up and in. 62-53. Now 1 of 2 shooting at the free throw line for Kristen Miller. Niehoff got the rebound after the missed free throw. King with the ball, takes it to the hoop. This one no good. Niehoff has the ball tied up, and it's going to be Wilberforce basketball. 6:25 to play. A three-point shot goes up over on the left wing by Otto. There's Niehoff underneath the basket, 64-53.
And a nice look by Tia King to set that up.
Another group substitution down here in front of us for Wilberforce. There's going to be a kick. That's going to bring in 4 players for Wilberforce. Looks like at least Mullins and Corley, along with Moss and Wright, back in for the Bulldogs. So 64-53, 5:50 to play. Mullins with the ball. Fakes the handoff, takes it to the basket off the bottom of the backboard, rebounded by Niehoff. She'll bring it down the floor, pass over to Campbell, her teammate from Rushville. Packer takes it up the lane, lays it in, 66-53. Davis with the ball, now Moss. Tipped away there by Campbell. Miller has the ball, brings it down the floor. There's going to be a foul called, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. It looks like they're going to call that on Chanel Davis.
It's her third.
Davis ran down the floor beside her with her arms straight up the whole way down. And still a little bit of a foul there at the end of the play. It puts Miller at the line to shoot 2. First one up and in. So it'll be 67-53 with 5:13 to play. And second free throw good there for her as well. Make that 68-53. Now up by 15. Mullins with the ball down on the right block. Here's Campbell, passes over to Packer, lays this one in, and one. 70-53. And that's going to be the 5th personal charged to Diamond Wright. Team's 10th foul on the Bulldogs as well. And Packer will go to the line to shoot 1. Another sub comes in for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be Jasmine Johnson, 5'7" sophomore. It's now up by 17 with 4:53 to play. First shot up and in. (71-53), up by 18. Corley with the ball now with Hilton. Good shot there by Hilton, and it's going to be IU East basketball. 71-53 with 4.5 to play. Miller with the ball. Nice fake right, went left, took it to the basket. Shot missed. And layup there by Cortland Mullins.
Mullins with 9 for the Bulldogs.
Nice pass down low to Niehoff, who kicks out to Packer. Packer with the shot. This one's going to be missed. It'll be Bulldog basketball. IUE is trying to wrap this game up with a 71-55 lead with 3:41 to play. There's a foul on the play. That's going to put Mullins at the line to shoot 2. First free throw off the mark. King in for the Red Wolves. That one off the front end of the rim, and it's going to be IU East basketball off the rebound. Ehoff with the reverse layup. 73-55, 3:18 to play. A basket there by Mullins. There's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Zellhorst. Just long enough to get some subs in. And right now, with 3:01 to play and up 73-57, this is the point where you've got to decide whether you're looking for the shot or whether you're just trying to stall some time on the clock and run it out here.
With the newcomers in, or with 4 players fresh off the bench, I got to believe they're going to keep playing. Not a lot of good it does the players to come in just to hold the ball for 35 seconds. So I think IU East is going to keep playing, and as long as they don't do anything completely outlandish, like shoot half quarters after only taking 2 seconds off the clock, they should be all right. As long as they run some clock before taking some kind of look, they should be safe to let some of the players that have just come in take some shots at the basket.
Good move there by Davis. Missed the shot. Way up there by Jasmine Johnson.
And Wilberforce not pressing, so I think both sides have kind of conceded the issue.
And Boyd's going to go to the line and shoot 2 after the foul on Jasmine Johnson. Boyd 0 for 1 at the line. Free throw there, no good. 73-59, 2:30 to play. That one good. (74-59), 2:25 to play. Shot blocked by Boyd. Corley was able to get it back and put a shot up. Rebounded there by Seiler. Shot there by Dobbins was off the mark.
And King Eagle with a score off the nice pass from Daisha Boyd.
76-59, 1:45 to go here in Wilberforce. A foul on the play. This one's going to go against Dobbins. Men's team headed back to the locker room for their pregame talk. That game coming up at 8 o'clock right here on the Red Wolf Sports Network. Karina Otto, the 5'9" senior, back in for the Bulldogs. Free throw made there by Mullins. Up by 16 with 1:31 to play. Shot clock at 19. And that's going to be a foul on Davis. It's going to be her 4th. And Boyd will go to the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the double bonus. First free throw there for Dacia. It's good. Now 2 of 4 at the line. Second free throw good as well. Less than a minute and a half to play here at the Alumni Multiplex in Wilberforce, Ohio. Red Wolves with an 18-point lead. Boyd going after the ball, but it'll be out of bounds and stay Bulldog basketball with a minute 12 to play. Ball inbound to Davis. 4 fouls. Out top with Mullins. Less than a minute to go. Corley will score 78-62.
12 for Corley, matching Mullins with 12 for team high.
40 left on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Nice shot there by Boyd, and Seiler able to score.
Right back to where we started. It was an 18-point lead at half, 18-point lead to finish.
3-point shot off the mark for Davis. Another shot missed by Wilberforce. King with the ball. Passing down the floor to Seiler. Bulls with the ball, takes it inside. Going to put this one up, and it's 82-62. Nice layup there. Another missed shot by the Bulldogs makes it 82-62 for the final. The Red Wolves will take the win now, 10-6 on the regular season. Kyle, tell us a little bit about today's game.
Well, the spurt at the end of the first half did it. Made it 18-point lead, able to basically keep that lead the rest of the way. Probably would have wanted a little sharper start to the second half. Some things that the Red Wolves tried to do didn't go maybe quite as well as they hoped, and Wilberforce able to get it, I think, as low as 8, which is a little too close for comfort. IU East able to do some things to build the lead back up at the end, and anytime you're a first-year program and you can say you got 10-6 record, something's going right.
All right, well, we'll give Coach Selhorst and possibly one of the women's basketball players a moment to get up here. We'd like to remind you of the men's game coming up here on the Red Wolves Sports Network. That game scheduled to tip off around 8 p.m., but they do have a 20-minute warm-up session put on the scoreboard. So we will keep you informed about what time the game will start. So once again, the Red Wolves take an 82-62 win over Wilberforce University. Now 10-6 on the season. Wilberforce now 1-15. So you have a blank screen there, but both teams just finished up a prayer out at midcourt. And looks like Coach Selhorst and her team making their way over here. Wait to see who she's going to send up for the post-game show. Great game for the Red Wolves. Struggled for a little bit there at the beginning of the second half. But right after that, after they took 3 of the bigger players out for Wilberforce, the things seemed to get going once again in the Red Wolves' favor. And, of course, they ended up with an 82-62 victory over the Bulldogs. So Coach Selhorst coming up here, and both Packer and Coach Selhorst are coming up here. Give them just a second to come up here as the Red Wolves walk off the court. A decent crowd made it down here to Wilberforce, Ohio, about an hour-and-a-half drive. They all were applauding the team as they walked back to the locker room. And so, all right, now joining me for the post-game show, number 44, Brooke Packer. Brooke, the second time that you beat Wilberforce this season by 20 points. Tell us a little bit about tonight's game.
Well, it was a little slow coming on the first half, but second half we came out a little slow too, but we put our stuff together in, I think, all aspects.
all our subs came in and did our roles.
Did shooting seem to be a load of an issue for the team today?
I don't think we actually took a lot of outside shots. I think a lot of our shots came from inside, and I think we finished when we needed to.
What do you think that the team needs to work on before the Rio Grande game on Saturday?
I think we need to keep being strong with it and continue not letting the refs get in our heads.
All right, well, thanks for joining me, and we'll see if Coach Selhorst wants in to talk a little bit as well. Once again, congratulations on a great win. If you want to go ahead and hand the headset over to Coach Selhorst.
She had these on backwards.
I noticed.
All
right, Coach, thanks for joining me once again. Another 20-point win against Wilberforce. Tell us about tonight's game.
Well, I wouldn't say that this was one of our best games that we've played. We started out kind of slow. I felt like we were really sluggish. When we did go on those runs and played hard, I mean, you could see there was a lot of good passes, good shots. We looked like ourselves, but yeah, we started off a little sluggish. Wilberforce had some kids that were becoming eligible, so they were trying to work with their new chemistry with having 10 players, and I think a lot of those kids probably are a little bit out of shape, so I don't feel like we did the best job of taking advantage of that, but we'll learn.
Early on in the second half, Wilberforce put in, looked like 3 more post-like players, and that was when the game started to get a little close again. What seemed to be the issue there?
Well, we just weren't running. We weren't playing our game. Like I said, anytime that we go slow and start out slow, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We just don't play well. We are a much better team when we control the tempo, and I felt like we did not do that from the start. Our kids need to learn how to bounce back from not getting fouls. Like we talked about it in the locker room. They're not calling them, so you just got to keep going, and I think that they struggled with that a little bit too.
Rio Grande coming up on Saturday. What do you know about them, and what do you expect to see?
They are very long and athletic. It'll be another team that's a lot bigger than us. They like to run the floor. They've got a really great point guard that, she's quick. She's a lot like number 4 for Wilberforce. We've been waiting. We say our season starts now because conference started or is about to start. Rio, we're starting our first conference game with a team full of freshmen, or at least the second half, against one of the best teams in the conference. So we'll see if we're ready.
All right, well, thanks, Coach, and congratulations on another win. Of course, the Red Wolves now 10-6 on the regular season, 1-0 in the Kayak Conference, preparing to take on Rio Grande this Saturday. That's another doubleheader with the men's team at 11-1 at the Tiernan Center in Richmond. Of course, the Red Wolves, like I mentioned, 10-6 now on the season, and Wilberforce falls to 1-15 after an 82-62 win for the Red Wolves here at Wilberforce University. Men's game still on tonight here at Wilberforce. That pregame show will start here in about a little over 10 minutes. So thanks for watching. Red Wolves take the win 82-62 here at Wilberforce. I'm Caleb Gillock, the voice of your unused Red Wolves. Make sure you tune in here in about 10 minutes for the men's basketball game.